welcome to the Olympic Ice here at Clearview Ice Arena. We are here for men's CHE Division IV divisional matchup between the Penn State University of Altoona Nittany Lions taking on your Robert Morris University Colonials, coming off a big 7-2 win at CMU just before the break.
Just before Thanksgiving.
Just before the break. Penn State Altoona coming in, splitting with Kutztown. Their first loss of the season coming from Kutztown. What do you see in this team?
You know, of course, this is they're not a new team, per se. It's new as of recently being re-added in to the College Hockey Division IV landscape. But before that, they were a juggernaut. They were a team to be reckoned with.
Three straight championships.
Exactly. That's what I was going to do. 3 straight championships over the likes of Cal, a team that won previously. And then, of course, you guys took them down last year. So you know this team can recruit talent. But it took them a while after COVID to get back out on the ice. And they're here. And they've looked really solid. They beat Cal already, 6-0. Of course, you guys had a little bit better of a beatdown against the Vulcans. But this Penn State Altoona team is probably the top juggernaut to compete with this Colonial squad going into this game.
I do believe so, as a lot of people have called this a championship preview, but I'm not going to jinx anything like that.
Not yet.
And call it that. But let's look between the pipes for the Colonials. It will be Luke Zukowski once again. 3-0 record this year, 2 goals against average with a .937 save percentage.
Man, he's been looking really solid as number one for the Colonials. On the Penn State side, they're going to roll with Rowan McCormick, who is 2-1, a .167 goals against, a .930 save percentage in his 3 appearances. But we did see the backup Dominic Fizzy, who has not let in a goal so far this season, was taking first-team reps. But on our stat sheet that we were given, McCormick was listed.
Yes.
So we are unsure if that is a subject-to-change goaltender switcheroo for this Penn State team.
Very unsure. One person to look forward to on both sides. We're going to start with the Colonials. John Wayne Kravitz, the freshman, coming in 11.6 games played, 5 goals as well.
Yeah, talk about freshman depth scoring. You look at John Wayne Kravitz. Man, that kid has been a lifesaver for this team in ways that he can play penalty kill, power play. It's been really, really solid season for him. For Penn State, I'm going to look at number 4, Brian Diaguano. 3 goals and 9 points. He leads the team in both respective categories, is number 4 for the Nittany Lions, so definitely a name to keep an eye on for Penn State.
I mean, the Colonials, you also got to look at on the back end, number 24, the assistant captain, Ryan Riffner. I don't want to kind of layer him down, but 13 points in only 5 games.
Now, Andrew, it does look like Fizzy is taking the net.
It does look like that.
Though I will put this into the stratosphere. If on the score sheet they do have a different player listed, that player does have to start the game.
I heard you learned that at St. Vincent.
Of course, because Mr. Brian Baker and Michael Parzinski thought they were starting, but they did not. It was Shirley's unit. So they had to, after the anthem, they had to do the switcheroo. So the referees will have to talk with PA man Mr. Phil Baczynski to see if that switcheroo will be justified.
As we hear the opening lines for Penn State Altoona. As we get all the forwards.
Or is it McCormick, just wearing number 30?
It could be.
Uh-oh. So now it looks like McCormick was yelling at his teammates afterwards. Maybe. So I don't know. This is going to be interesting to see what happens.
Very interesting. Kravitz will get the start on the first line due to the injury of Bosak. We will touch on that a little later. Nate Barr will also get the start. Carter Bosong also getting the start on that first line. Tyler Ant-Man Antonellis will get the start. From the UK, it's the leading point scorer. It's Ryan Riffner.
Northern of the United Kingdom, Ryan Riffner.
Zukowski from Georgia.
Yes, no, Alabama.
Alabama.
Yeah, he's from Alabama.
Yes, definitely real. As we will take a step away for John Tucci. A beautiful rendition, as always, from Mr. Tucci.
Always. It's great to have him out here supporting every club team humanly possible for Mr. Tucci. And looking at the crease, Fizzy is there.
Fizzy's in, looking like he will get the start as the Colonials look to break up his goalless, again, streak-ish.
Yes, you would say he has not played in 2 games, but in the back-to-back appearances that he did have, they were shutout victories for Penn State Altoona, so which is something for the Colonials that, not only say ruffle your feathers a little bit on that bench, but something to keep an eye on, like, oh, maybe there's a reason why no one can score on his goaltender.
Yes. If I look at the schedule correctly, a 6-0 win against Cal, the team that we beat 10-1,
yes.
and then a 13-0 win against Shippensburg.
You know, I remember when you sent something to me about Shippensburg, and I said, I had no idea Shippensburg had a hockey team. Just like how there's a Slippery Rock women's team that will be playing our team tomorrow.
Yes. And they also have a 4-2 win over Gettysburg College.
Another team I did not know had a hockey team.
And then also the split versus Kutztown. To sit them at 4-1, their record.
Where is Kutztown?
Somewhere in the New York League.
Ah, okay, New York.
The same New York League that we played PSB in.
Yeah, and beat.
Yes.
Just to point that out there.
Yes.
T2 Bear and split.
Yes. As we get ready for a puck drop here, it will be Barr taking the opening draw against what it looks like. I don't see a 12.
13.
I thought it was 12, but it will be Windecker, I believe. 17, my mistake again. Heffler. And was going to go back to Riffner. Kravitz gets taken down early, but no call. Antonellis in the far corner. Going to send that one across to Riffner. Riffner loses that one on the wall. Going to be trying sent out by Bosong, and it will reach out. Barr on the chase, going to be passed across to Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer turns that one over to Kravitz. Kravitz looking for another early goal. Past 2 games, Kravitz has scored a goal in the first 5 minutes.
Ooh, so definitely that opening jitters maybe that you would have if you're a freshman in this league kind of dispersed it for John Wayne Kravitz. I got to say, his mindset, you know, we talked to him on the podcast. We've seen him on the ice here these last couple of games. You've seen him, obviously, on the road as well.
Yes.
There's just something about this kid that, you know, you haven't seen in maybe a freshman since, I don't think, maybe Crawford Bosak's freshman year. He just has that mentality.
Yes. As Barr's going to take the face off, loses it back down. Kravitz now going to try and win it back and be turned over, picked up by Heffler. Is going to dump that one out. Antonellis just outside the zone, going to pick it up. Going to send that one across to Riffner. Riffner cutting in, has one on him, sends that one across, tries to hit Barr in front. Rebound does not go in. Barr's out in front to Bosong, and he scores! Carter Bosong, and it's 1-0 in the first minute once again.
You know, it wasn't Kravitz this time around, but that top line, Bosong, Kravitz, Barr. Barr's a disher, not a goal scorer, and Bosong says, give me that. Right in front, puts that in. And Lance Axon, our cameraman, said, Carter Bosong is the GOAT. And I think he might be on to something
He
after
might
that
be.
one.
An early one for the Colonials once again, as they're going to jump out to another early lead. As there goes the perfect save percentage for Fizzy.
It lasted 50 whole seconds, Andrew.
Yes. That just shows you how dominant these Colonials are in the D4 action. Shaver going to send that one in front. Zukowski had to poke that one away, and now it's going to be picked up by Donnelly coming back the other way. Donnelly's going to send it off to Lindsay. Lindsay in, just loses it. Lindsay getting his first career goal at CMU.
Definitely good to see for Brandon Lindsay.
Oh, it's going to be sent around. Barr going to get the only assist on the Bosong goal. Lamago back in the lineup after missing the CMU game. A lot of people out for that CMU game, now back in the lineup. Shaver going to push in, gets through one, but loses it. Back to the point to Lindsay. Lindsay's shot goes high, saved there by Fizzy.
Almost like a knuckler coming in. Just kind of had that little wobbly taste to it that caught Fizzy off guard.
Oh, it's going to be sent in. Lindsay on the chase, going to be tipped out. Chris Conley now on the third line. Unfortunate news moving down, but you got to be flexible.
You say there's a lot of depth on this team, and there's not really a set 1A, 1B, 1C lineup, I would say. So any line you put out there for Coach Bubbs is going to provide something valuable to this team.
Zeiss Miller back in the lineup after missing the last game due to injury. Good to see him back to keep that point streak alive. 3 points is his active point streak right now. As here comes the Nittany Lions. They're going to send that one in, go for a change. Zach Conley on the chase, going to send that one off to Zeiss Miller. Zeiss Miller loses it in his feet. Little battle in the far boards. Picked up by Altoona, but going to be turned over to Zeiss Miller. He's going to send that one, tries to go for Romano, just off his stick, and Romano's going to send that one in. He's going to get knocked off his feet, and this will be, and the Colonials icing.
Romano is looking around for a possible call. The refs aren't going to give it. Thought it was a little clean play there. Nice good stick-on-stick action between Romano and the Penn State defender. You know, one name I was looking through the roster prior tonight. There's a Niedermeyer on this team, Andrew.
Yes.
Niedermeyer.
Yes.
Scott Niedermeyer. Rob Niedermeyer. Now you got Declan Niedermeyer. I don't know if there's any relation, but I thought that was so freaking cool to see.
Yes. Cavato with it. Going to send that one up the boards. Going to be turned over in the slot and shot just deflected wide by Zach Conley. Both Conleys on the ice at the same time. Always fun.
Yes.
Luckily, no Donley.
Oh, no.
As this one's going to be picked up by the assistant captain for Altoona. Sent in, picked up now behind the net by Cavato. Who's going to try and chip that one up to Romano. Can't get there. Picked up by Haplin. Haplin going to turn that one over. Big bodies there by Conley and Cavato. Different sizes, but the same fight.
A little bit of airmail in front of Zukowski as a Penn State stick went flying.
Romano's going to send that one on net. Rebound available for Zeiss Miller. Can't bury it, though. Tried to keep the point streak alive. Big hit there by Chris Conley. Romano going to chip that one free. Now Riffner going to try and he's going to chip in. He's going to get there. Going to send that one back around. Colonials forward going for a change. Fourth line jumping on. This Borsch now going to pick this one up. Has two on him. Only forward in the offensive zone. So has to kill a little time before dumping that one in.
It's a little bit of a late change, I guess, from RMU's perspective. Kind of took a little bit of their own time to just get forward in that play.
Klim now picked up by Miles. Miles going to send that one up to Riffner. Riffner with space. Four people surrounding him like a box. Up to Borsch. Borsch's shot saved there by Fizzy. Borsch going to send that one back around on the far boards. Can't get it as Riffner. It's going to go to Antonellis. Antonellis wrapping around. Tries to get one out. Tries to get that one in, and he will, to Niedermeyer.
Niedermeyer.
Picked up by Altoona. They're going to try and clear it now. He picked off by Riffner. Klim with a nice hit there along the Penn State bench. Borsch on the chase. Here comes Altoona. A big hit there, knocking Miles off his feet. That was a hit by Lem. That was going to be sent back, and now Miles on the chase. Maybe looking to get his own pound of flesh. That one's going to be sent across. Tries to hit Lemp, but turned over to Bucci. Bucci's going to send that one in. Miles has to dip for a change as Bosong the only one on the ice. Turned over to Kravitz, though. He's in the slot. He fires save there by Fizzy. Unhappy with that one was Kravitz.
Say this offensive pressure from RMU, Andrew, has been nonstop go since that goal, and they're going to ice this one. You got to give a lot of credit to this Colonial offensive unit. This is lines 3 and 4.
Yes.
Remember, are the ones providing all this pressure. And that's what I mean when you have 4 solid lines the whole way down that you can throw in at any situation.
Yes.
And good things are bound to happen.
Even the current scratches that will play tomorrow versus Duquesne, all of them can play well, and I expect a good game out of them tomorrow.
Scratch list is huge.
Yes.
That's the big thing as well.
And everyone gets to play.
Which is always good to see in a long weekend.
That one's going to be behind the net. Going to be turned over right to Shaver. Shaver now. Going to send that one out to Barr. Barr's shot just goes wide. Picked up behind the net. Going to be chipped out. Not out. Oh, we will be reached out by Bucci. Bucci could have kept that one, I think. Just rolled off his stick, maybe.
Get a new stick there, Bucci.
As an Altoona player goes down, will be called for tripping, I believe. I believe it will be 12, Nate Barr.
Yeah, Barr got a hold of the skate of Andrew Dewey, and he went down pretty easily. That was pretty spot-on call from the referee.
Yes.
He was right there in the vicinity to see that one. And this Penn State power play, Andrew, only has one power play goal to their name, and it comes off the stick of John Polina, someone that we actually played some Murray's House deck hockey with back in the day.
But while you talk about that, the RMU Colonials penalty kill. Last season, 2 goals in 12 games. Whew. An incredible power play, although one of them might have been in the championship game with 2 minutes left in the third period.
Yeah, not ideal.
No. As Klim knocks down his man at the point, he may be looking for a rush here. As he's got a little knack for the shorthanded.
Money Marchand, oh.
As he knocks down the same defenseman again, it's Lempe. As here comes the Colonials, and this is Donley. Donley pushing in, has to beat the captain. And Lempe's going to reach around. Has Klim in the slot if he can hit him. Will try for the wraparound. Unable to get the shot on.
He had Klim right in front, Andrew. I don't think he just saw it in time.
As we get the 14-13 connection on here for the PK.
Yes.
I do believe it's normally the 13-12 connection.
12's kind of in the box.
12's
right
in the
now.
box. So they went to the other side of Klim. As Riffner's going to dump that one in. Picked up here by Haplin. Haplin going to send that one up. A little bit of a pinch there. Witt in as he gets knocked down by Riffner. Puck still on the boards, sitting up on its side there. There's a big scrum there trying to get the puck out. Will be eventually sent out and dumped there by Bucci.
Say great work by Riffner, but he looks a little shaken up heading to the bench here, Andrew.
A little shaken up indeed. Kravitz on the chase. Almost caused a turnover there, just went through his skates. Bosong there to get there. Going to be sent way back in by Shaver. Great dump there on the PK.
Good job by Shaver, just realizing pressure is coming and just clearing it out.
And Kravitz with a huge hit in front of us as down goes Altoona the other direction. As another big hit, as Kravitz almost had a chance on a nice quick dump in. Kravitz going to send that one towards the net as he's going to knock another man into the boards. Down in front of us as here comes Kravitz with another hit. Gets taken down in the process, laid on top of by number 10. As here comes Altoona. Bosong on the pressure. Bosong going to push his man off of it, and we are even at another penalty kill for the Colonials. Shot there, save made by Zukowski.
Pretty sure that's his first of the game, if I'm not mistaken, Andrew.
If I do remember correctly, I think that will be his first save.
Yeah.
As one tidbit I was given, Coach Bubs likes to give me the tidbits of information. This is the second ever RMU D4 hockey game that is not played by Crawford Bosak or one of his relatives.
Huh.
And the last game that happened, the last game that was broadcasted.
Really?
Yes.
It's a very interesting factoid.
Yes, because I believe his cousin was on the first ever D4 team.
Oh.
And then he joined the second year.
So it's very, I guess the family ties of the Bosak family is just, D4 is not in existence until, 2018? I believe 2019?
2018-19 season.
Yeah. So,
1920.
For the family ties to run from then until the end of this year, and who knows, maybe something next year.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah. The Colonials now going to lose that draw. It's going to be Conley, Zach Conley, going to send that one up to Lindsay. Lindsay fails to get that one all the way out. He turned over there by Kaufman. Cavato behind the net. Picks that one up. Going to send that one out to Lindsay. Lindsay now going to try and send that one across. No one there, Lamayo or Donnelly. And now Penn State coming back in the other way. Shot saved there by Zukowski.
Make it 2 for Zukowski now. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Cavato. He stopped by the broadcast booth before us to tell us that he's a big fan. So shout out to you, Mr. Cavato. You raised one hell of a son. I'll say that. He's a great player on the ice.
As we get ready for the defensive draw. Back-to-back defensive draws after not having any shots.
Yes.
So, unfortunate for the Colonials as Penn State's going to keep this one in. Turned over behind the net. Chris Conley going to send that one around. Romano's going to try and reach there, but hits a little bit in the boards and stays right there. That one's going to be sent in. Sent across. Can't get in. Zeiss Miller going to be the one to get there, but back to the point shot there. Rebound. Swinging at it was Dewey, and he won't get his. That one's going to go up to Romano, who gets hit and sandwiched by number 6, Witt and Riffner.
Yeah, Witt he just read that nicely and just went right into Romano. Clean hit, takes his man down.
That one's going to be sent back to Riffner. Riffner sends it all the way across to Zeiss Miller. Zeiss Miller fans on the initial chance, and that's going to be turned over by Strang. Now he's going to pick that one back up. Is Zeiss Miller gets around one. He's got 4 around him. Shot save there by Fizzy.
I like the attempt there. Zeiss had some open room, elected not to go out wide to Romano. Takes the shot up high. It almost kind of caught Fizzy off guard trying to go high glove side on him. Didn't work, but another solid unit for that Zeiss Miller line.
Yes. As we noted in the warm-ups, they like to shoot high in warm-ups. So maybe he was ready for that because he was used to shots going high.
Wasn't a big fan of his teammates shooting high. I'll just say Fizzy was very vocal in warm-ups.
Romano there going to lay a big hit there. Going to be sent all the way back to Bucci. Bucci's going to send that one back in. No Colonials around, but to Zeiss Miller. My mistake. Shaver's going to keep that one in. Great play there. Likes to call himself Riff Jr. on the bench.
Riff Jr., I like that.
Says he wants to play like a Riff Jr. as well. As Bucci's going to pick that one up at the goal line. One on him. That one's going to be turned over. Shot blocked in front by Shaver. Rebound somewhere. Zukowski can't cover it. That's going to go to the corner. Romano going to be the first one to it. As he will not be able to clear it. Hits the first man in Heffler. Going at it in the corner. All 5 Nittany Lions, except for the defenseman, has
Shaver
moved
needs
over.
a stick.
As we will finally get a whistle, and now a little bit of a brawl hanging on. Shaver in it after a little whack to Zukowski. 2 Nittany Lions in as well.
Shaver, without a stick, got it knocked out of his hands. No Colonial offensive players wanted to give up the stick. I know it's kind of the unwritten rule that your stick comes out, you got to give it to your defenseman.
Yes.
Especially when he is parked in front of the net. So probably a little bit of talking to the forwards will get on there. But Shaver, you got to defend your goaltender. You take the extra whack, and you got to set the screen. You got to set the idea like, hey, we're not letting this slide all game.
As we hit the exact 1/6 point of this game.
Wow, right on the money.
Thank you. With 10 minutes exactly on the clock.
That doesn't happen very often.
No, definitely not at all.
This was youth would be getting a goalie change at the moment.
Yes. As Cavato fans on the dump in, but Miles able to be there to get there. Lytle now, the assistant captain. Going to turn that one over, but Lytle's going to pick that one back up. Assistant captain gets leveled, but turned right over to Miles. Miles in, can't pull the trigger. I know he has a great shot from in practice, so he should have taken that shot. Shot there just goes wide off the stick of number 27, Glockenhauer. Miles going to send that across to Lytle. Lytle pushing in, trying to send that one across back to Miles. Unable to get there in front for Borsch, and he scores! Connor Borsch, his first career goal for Connor Borsch, and it's 2-0 Colonials.
Connor Borsch was waiting patiently in front of that net. A bounce around, and it goes in. What a moment for Connor Borsch. He's been waiting. He was injured part of last season on the D3 club, couldn't find the back of the net, and now on home ice, there he is. First career goal for Borsch.
His second point of the season, his third game after missing the first 4 due to injury, and you know he's buzzing.
Man, he needed it. You could just feel it. He needed that one.
As now the Colonials looking to bounce on that one. Covered there by Frizzy.
Let's say for the D3 players that moved down to D4 this year, between Borsch, Connolly, Zeiss Miller, all of them, I think, last year had combined maybe, 1 goal. And
I think
now
so.
We're inching, towards 6, 7? And we're not even halfway through the season?
Yeah. They're doing a great job. I think the move down wasn't what they wanted, but it's what they...
It's helped.
It helped. As here comes the Colonials. Lytle will get the primary assist on that one, as I do believe an assist should go to Nick Miles on that one.
And uncredited assist.
We'll have to double-check that one during intermission.
Yes, but we'll give Miles the uncredited assist for right now.
Pushing in is the Kravitz, going to put some pressure on number 3, Hoplin. Going to send that one in. Riffner then going to send it right back. As you were talking about depth scoring, that's a fourth-line goal.
It is
That's
another
been
fourth-line
very
goal.
rare this season.
It has been, as you mentioned, kind of rare. It hasn't happened too much, but I mean,
Well, they've been great.
Yeah,
They just haven't found the back of the net.
exactly. And that's even if they're not putting pucks in the back of the net, you can still be an effective line with your forecheck and throwing the body around, putting shots on net. And now to see them finally capitalize with a goal is just really, really good for the mentality of those players.
Riffner, great move. Shot by Antonellis just goes high. Great stick there by Riffner to keep that one on his stick. I know you were talking. Didn't want to interrupt you on that one, but Riffner.
Man, it's beautiful.
Was beautiful. As he has the puck yet again.
Good to see him back on the ice, by the way, as well.
Riffner up to Bothong.
A little shaken up.
Going to be sent down the bar. Bar going to push in. Sends that one back to Bosong, and Bosong lays a great reverse hit there. Dumped back in by number 24, Dewey. Picked up by Antonellis, and that will be an icing. Altoona wanted to change.
Yeah, they were looking for it, but a couple players would be caught guilty and head back onto the ice. But for Riffner, he was a little shaking him after that hit comes out, and you just maybe wonder, maybe he takes a little easier, maybe doesn't try to do too much. Well, he just said, you know what, I don't care about the mentality. I'm going to do what I do and pull it off. That kind of stuff. Whew. There's a reason why he's leading the C18 points right now.
Yes. No point yet tonight. No point for Zeiss Miller either, as we've mentioned his point streak.
There's a lot of time left.
There's a lot of time. Bucci's shot. Little dribbler tried to get a deflection in front. Picked up by Donley. Donley's shot. Rebound in front. The save there. Back to Shaver. Shaver's shot. That one's another save by Frizzy. It's been all Colonials yet again after their goal. They seem to get a lot of momentum after goals.
They do, and it's just, for Fizzy, he's held well. But, you know, when your defense can't clear the puck out, there's not much you can do as goaltender.
Yes. Donley now has it. Going to send that one up to Lindsay. Lindsay's going to send that one forward in. Going to be picked up there. Picked up by Fabrinkat. Going to send that one further up. Heffler. Heffler gets poked off by Lamago. Good to see him doing well. Lamago, as a one-man trips, he's got full ice. He's got Lindsay with him. Going to send that one across, a little high for the stick of Lindsay. Sends that to the point of Donley. Donley shot, rebound, almost goes in off an Altoona player.
Ooh.
Picked up by Donley again, selling that one in front for Lindsay. Lindsay's shot goes for the pass, I believe, to Donley. My mistake.
Looks like he wanted to pull the trigger, just couldn't corral it, I would assume there.
That's my guess. Lempe in, saved there by Zukowski. Picked up by Donley. He can't corral as that one's going to go all the way back to Niedermeyer. Colonials in the change. Here comes the third line that has been solid so far tonight. I'd like to see them get in the score sheet.
Almost every line will be on the score sheet of the third and the first? Second line will be the ones.
Conley now going to push in. Upset that he was discredited with his ghost points against Cal. He wants the first one.
No, it's not how we do things here.
And Chris Conley with a huge hit there, laying out Jones. And then Romano with another huge hit. These Altoona players, I don't know if they like playing with hits as much as RMU does. We like to hit.
It makes it very visible here.
Chris Conley negates the icing. He's going to get around one, around two. Going to leave that one off for Romano behind the net. So that one in front tries to go for Zeiss Miller. Shot by Conley just goes wide. Chris Conley taken down in front of the net, I believe, by Frizzy.
It was just kind of like slow motion, caught down by Fizzy and just drowned to the ice.
Zeiss Miller going to send that one around. Picked up by Romano. No defenseman in sight. Has Zeiss Miller in front. Can't get there because of the stick of Frizzy. Battle along the boards. Romano with another hit. Going to send that one back to, once again, to Zeiss Miller. Once again, this third line has looked incredible. Romano going for the big hit there, and he will get another one. Chris Conley going to be the first one of that puck. Cavato going to try and pinch in. No avail as Zach Conley's going to pick that one up and go back into his own zone. Going to send that one up for Chris, just tipped in.
Change behind the play here, Andrew.
Cavato got to stay on. Was going to go for the change, but the quick up stops that one, and a save there by Zukowski. Cavato going to send that one up to Lytle. The alternate captain moving in. Going to dump that one in. Turned over, though, to Miles at the blue line. Here he's in, holds, waits, shoots, and scores! Wide open for Nick Miles. His second career goal, my mistake. Almost getting too much ahead of myself. Too many firsts. But a second career goal for Nick Miles, and he could not miss that one if he tried.
No, he was patient, and I think that's a big thing there with Nick Miles. You know, he comes down, he corrals that puck at the blue line, avoiding the offsides. Wait, pushes Frizzy out of his crease, and wide open. Wide daylight.
Broad
Sunset
daylight.
Prairie. Boom. Back of the net.
And that's another goal for the fourth line.
All right, so we got fourth line 2. First line 1. Everyone has 0. That's not, I don't think, if you were a gambling man, you would bet on the fourth line for plus 1.5 goals going into this game.
Altoona going to send that one in. An unassisted goal from Miles.
That's Andrew Miles.
Andrew Miles, my mistake.
So Nick Miles will not get credit for that. I am sorry, Nick.
Battle behind. Zukowski goes to cover way out of his crease, but Riffner able to be the first one to get there. Now Klim going to try and send that one to Riffner just out of reach. That one's going to be sent back in by Dewey. Zukowski behind his net. Picked up by Antonellis up to Klim. Klim going to get that one out. Not all the way. Antonellis has to circle back. And big hit there and a great clear by Riffner to get out of the front of the net. As Klim gets taken down along the blue line, as now Altoona seems to have taken control.
Yeah, you're down 3 goals. You got to find that spark somewhere, and maybe it's that physicality game. You know, they're not known for it, but maybe it's something they got to try to do here.
Maybe as Antonellis is going to pick up that clear attempt as Altoona is changing behind the play. As here comes Antonellis' shot saved there by Frizzy. Now when we sent down Antonellis losing a stick. No one back to cover for him. It's just Cavato. Is now going to be picked up by Barr. Sends that one over to Cavato. Tries to hit Bosong. Tipped away by an Altoona player. Bosong keeps that one in. As he's going to hold that one. Send it around. Going to be picked up there by Barr after a miscommunication by Altoona. Bucci now. Going to send that one up to Shaver. Shaver gets shot to get blocked by Lempe. As now in his own zone is for Brinkat.
It's a fun name for Brinkat. Like Alex the Brinkat with an F.
Yes. As that one's going to be dumped in. Overskating it is the Altoona player. So it's going to be turned over to Bosong to Kravitz. Kravitz in. Shot up in the air. He's going to pick that one up with his hand behind the net now. He's going to loop around back to the point to Shaver. Shaver still with it. Riff Jr. shot by Bosong. Frizzy was not ready for that one. That's on net. That's in.
That was, so close there for Carter Bosong.
Of course, it's just a background. So I didn't realize we have a broken stick on the ice.
Yeah, I did not see that. Where's the broken stick?
Kravitz now. Another turnover in the corner as he's going to loop around with it. Send that one down for Lamago just out of reach. Chased away by Niedermeyer. Now picked up here by Halpin. Halpin pushing in. Has Zach Conley on him. Shot in front. Turned over by Shaver. Lamago not able to get that one out. I thought that was out. Shaver with a huge hit. But now Zach Conley has it. He has Lamago all the way down. Unable to hit him. Too many players in the way.
For a split second, though, Lamago, clear daylight.
Clear. Donley now. Picking it up in that corner where looks like the door almost opened on him there. That one sent in front, saved there by Zukowski.
Almost a Wolfie part 2 there. Going right through the door.
Donley going to send that one all the way down. Lindsay, head of speed by Lindsay, forcing a quick decision there by the Altoona player.
There's that Florida speed.
There's a huge hit by Lamago. Donley gets a little bit extra on that one. Antonellis went for a big hit. Turnover in front, and they score. It will be Delkin Niedermeyer, as he will get his second of the season, and it's 3-1 with just a minute to go.
I think it just caught RMU off guard there. And Zukowski squared up to it and just made, I think it was 5-hole.
I think it was 5-hole.
Yeah, just from our perspective here, maybe it was 5-hole. Zukowski, I just didn't think, got all of it. And Niedermeyer with a great shot. I say, looking like his ancestors in a past time of Scott and Rob, Stanley Cup champions. And Declan trying to get his name up there with those two greats.
Yes.
And a nice goal for Penn State Altoona. Definitely something to carry in the locker room with only 70 seconds here in period.
The momentum definitely favoring Altoona now. As here they come, looking to bounce back after that one. Sent back, tipped away by Romanos. That one's going to be sent in now. First one there is Antonellis after a little tap there by Zukowski. Antonellis losing it in the process. Zeiss Miller now with it. As now it's going to be fought along the near board, sent away as Riffner, the first one back, as he's going to pick that one off and give it off to Romano. Romano going to send that one off to Zeiss Miller. Zeiss Miller in front, and just hitting the crossbar is Chris Conley. That one's going to sting. Chris Conley definitely wanted that one.
Oh, he had to beat the crossbar, just saving the day there for Frizzy.
Zeiss Miller gets plastered along the blue line as we got 20 seconds to go. That would have been a great momentum killer for the Colonials to kill any chance at a rebound. Now Romano in front, tries to bank it in. Rebound just goes through the crease as he gets pushed in, as we will get no whistle here for the net off. Thought there might have been a penalty there for the extra whack, as Frizzy's upset about the what's transpiring.
Yeah, you can't blame him, I guess, but Romano was pushed in by the Penn State Altoona defender, which is Frizzy probably in the moment did not see that. All he saw was 15 and white crashing into his goal crease.
I think that's what he's talking about right now with the ref.
Yeah, the RMU defender was, or excuse me, the Penn State defender did push him in, but that's why there's no call. 8 seconds left, you're going to let it run.
Yeah. So the official Penn State Altoona goal will be number 77, Delkin Niedermeyer, from number 20, Maxwell Fierson, and number 4, Brian Diagarino.
Yes. So I'd say for Penn State Altoona, at the end of this period, I like what they brought. I like that they finally just kind of start shooting anything on Zukowski. And something does go in. Sometimes that just happens.
Sometimes it does happen.
And now the momentum's in your favor. They're starting to pick up the physicality. You saw the hit with Zeiss Miller all on the blue line. They're not afraid to start throwing their body now. If Penn State Altoona can continue that game plan, it might catch RMU off guard because you know, you've seen it firsthand. When RMU faces a physical team, their tempers tend to go haywire pretty much on the ice.
That is very true. So we're going to step away for about 13, 14 minutes. Just about. We don't have an official time on the clock yet, but we will step away for a little bit, and we will see you for the second and third period. Welcome back to the Olympic ice as we get ready for period 2 between Penn State University of Altoona Nittany Lions and the Robert Morris University Colonials as we cut to the other side, and they're trying an interesting strategy here.
What?
They're not going to come out. Oh, here they are. Here they are.
Oh.
They finally.
I thought you knew something. I didn't hear Andrew. I was like, wait a minute.
No. It looks like they were trying the interesting strategy of not coming back, but it looks like they're going to try the interesting strategy of 4 players and a goalie.
The Wooster strategy, I see.
Yes.
That's a fun one, isn't it?
As we do have an interesting stat to point out for the RMU Colonials. Mm-hmm. There have been 6 points.
Yes.
All of them have been with someone with a number 2 in their number. We had 5 points. We had 27, Bosong, 12, Barr, 2, Borsch, 21, Lytle, and number 20, Nick Miles.
Can I have that gif of the guy going, that's me right now.
Which means the people who don't have points with those numbers, Nate Barr, looking at you, I'm looking at Billy Shaver, I'm looking at Ryan Riffner. I think you need to pick up your points.
Guys kind of need some points there, eh?
Kind of need a little point. As we get ready for period 2, what do you think both teams need to do here in the second period?
I want to go with RMU here first. I talked on Penn State a little bit before we closed out the first period, but for RMU, Penn State has to come out physical. So you're going to have to prepare for the beating that this Penn State Altoona team is going to bring into this hockey game. And, I mean, that's more of composure, setting yourself, take the hits, don't get yourself in a bad situation where you're going to get hurt. I think it's mainly at this point it's composure. It's composure and keep your head in. And I think for RMU, they've been there, they've done that with a couple of these teams. So I'm expecting them to handle their own here. But for Penn State, as the polar opposite, sometimes RMU doesn't handle their own very well when it comes to physicality. So I think physicality is probably the key here for Penn State.
Yeah, I believe so. So we get ready for the second period. It looks like they're going to keep the first unit out here, the Colonials. They're going to go with the first line, Bosong, Kravitz, and Barr, as we get ready for puck drop in period 2. Woo! As Kravitz out the gate, looking like he's shot out of a cannon already. As he's all the way in, gets all the way around the ice before any Penn State player is even near. As that one's going to be shoveled in front and covered by Frizzy.
I love Kravitz. I think, we've seen him off the face-off be this freak specimen, just straight bullet train ahead, puts his head down and just says, I'm going into the boards with you or with the puck. It's with one of the two.
Yes.
And I just love the way he plays. It's just that hard-nosed hockey that he's not afraid to get down and dirty.
There's Riffner now. Going to send that one over to Antonellis. We picked up the Kravitz. Going to send that one up. Riffner now pushing in. Here comes Altoona this way. Going to be in the corner. Big hit there by Kravitz. It's another thing. He's a very versatile player. He's big body.
Put him in any situation. He'll find a way.
Good play there by Riffner to block the pass across in front. Picked up here by Dewey. Dewey loses that one behind the net. Sent up to Bosong from Riffner, and Bosong will clear. Hits Barr, tries to hit Kravitz just out of his reach. Barr going to send that one in.
Yeah, he didn't want Kravitz since he didn't have a 2 in his last, his digits.
His digits.
His digits aren't going to be the ones putting him up on the score sheet.
As Altoona now pushing in, turned right into the slot, but lost off the stick of Strang, and here comes Lamago. Lamago pushing in. Going to go in the corner in front, and he just goes wide from Donley. He missed the net because he didn't have a 2 in his number.
Yes, of course. That is the only reason why.
Yes, but it doesn't explain to us why. It explains why Chris hit the crossbar. Mm-hmm. Doesn't explain why Bosong missed that wide open net.
Exactly.
Because that one's going to be sent in behind. Picked up by Donley. Tried to leave it for Lamago. Lamago didn't want it. Now Shaver going to send that one back to Donley. Dangles through the ref. The ref didn't know what hit him. As here comes Lindsay. Lindsay gets around one, can't get around him fully, because that one's going to be sent all the way around. Bucci, the only Colonial near, and he was not going to pinch from his defensive spot. And a good plan, because he gets the puck.
Yeah. So if I was correct here, Andrew, Billy Schaefer is the only player with a 2 in his digits that has not gotten a point.
No, that is incorrect. Really? You missed Ryan Riffner.
Oh, and Ryan Riffner.
And Nate Barr does not currently have a point. Oh, wait.
Yes,
I do have a point. I missed that. I do believe it is just Shaver and Riffner.
One of them is supposed to be on the score sheet a lot.
Yes. And one is supposed to be his junior.
Exactly.
As Lindsay's going to intercept that puck, going to send that one up. He's got to beat one man. It's Freeman, but he will not. He will let Donley pick that one up as he gets taken down hard into the boards. No call.
Ooh. As
Altoona players run into each other, and Donley.
Yeah, Donley down.
Donley does not look good. Picked up by Conley, as that's going to be it.
For Donley, he just went in awkwardly. And that was the big thing. It looks like it might be the arm, I think. Might have been the last thing of contact into those boards. And
as the trainer takes a spill.
No, the trainer can't get hurt, too. Then who's going to help the trainer?
As Donley going to make his way to the bench.
He's moving the arms, which is good.
Looks like he's moving all his appendages. Probably will definitely get checked out on the bench.
Maybe collarbone here.
Maybe.
He's reaching up high towards the neck area.
Not the first collarbone injury. We could talk about Mr. Captain himself, Crawford Bosak, AC rotator cuff and collarbone down in the CMU game.
Yikes.
Unfortunate news for the Colonials. It's expected back in the new year, though.
Which is good to hear. It's only at least this and next weekend that he'll be out and hopefully be at full strength.
So I'm going to send in on Zukowski, and he's going to cover that one, as we're already 3 minutes in this period.
Feels like we should be more.
It feels like we should be. Feels like it's been quite a long period here, and not much has happened.
No, it hasn't. It's been very quiet tempoed, which hasn't been the pace of this game, especially in that first 20.
It's been very fast-paced up until the break. Someone's going to be sent back to the point. Picked up there and taken down by Romano was number 10 for Brinkat. Picked up by Cavato. He has one. He's got Zeiss Miller. He has lots of space in. Shot just goes wide. No one in sight to pick up the rebound as Conley hits one into the stanchion. Maraska had to move out the way on that one.
Yeah, Gochenauer almost pulled a Max Pacioretty right along the stanchion there as his body kind of almost caved into it.
Cavato losing a handle on that shot attempt, and a great glove save by Zukowski. Unfortunate for Cavato. Tried to clear it and loses a handle on his stick.
Yeah, lucky Zukowski on his A game there was ready for that one and had to do a little windmill, flash the weather. You know, he's a showman, especially with the new girlfriend in the stands.
Yes.
Zukowski. You got to make sure that the highlight reel looks solid.
Increase the highlight reel for sure.
The girlfriend's definitely going to like that one for Zukowski.
Antonella's going to send that one around to Riffner. Riffner going to poke that a little long for Bosong, just out of his reach, but picked off by Riffner on the rebound. Riffner tries to clear that one, but it's turned over 5 Colonials around one guy, and they finally get away from him. Antonella's with a big hit along the boards. Riffner going to send that one around, but Barr's the first one to it. Barr going to try and send that one back, but turned over. Altoona kind of having a lot of pressure right now.
Really have been in RMU. You wouldn't expect, especially from the top unit, to kind of be stuck in their own area.
Yes. Here comes Kravitz. Kravitz going to send that one in off the feed from Barr. Barr too far. Bosong going to pick that one up. Just out of the reach of the Altoona player, but good skate there to keep that one in. Bosong gets taken down, no call. Riffner going to push in. Riffner's going to lose that one at the goal line, so he's got to hurry back. Barr going to be the first one back, as Barr has a little bit of experience in net, one being freshman year, where we all kind of didn't have positions.
That was the 10 players.
Yes.
No positions.
Antonella's going to try and send that one up. He will hit the Bosong, but just tipped off his stick into the net and covered by Frizzy.
I gotta say, Bosong, you maybe if you've watched the game prior, you look at a guy like a Ryan Riffner or a Nate Barr and recently a John Wayne Kravitz. But I think Carter Bosong, especially this game, I think this is more of his coming out party. He's really looked like one of the best two-way players in this game. One goal to show for it and a couple of really good chances for 27 and white. I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of him tonight.
Klim using his body to block a shot attempt as Miles going to take that one out. Is taken down in front as Klim getting in a wrestling match behind the play. No referee looking at it as that was a clear penalty.
Yeah, I would have taken both there. I think, Klim in his defense could not get up, but, both pushing and shoving respectfully from both teams just to make sure the pace of this game stays the same. You got to call both.
If I looked at both refs while that's going on, no eyes at all on what was happening, both on the puck.
We're seeing a lot of extra whacking and hacking here. Bucci kind of took a little extra whacks at the PSA forward there.
As Bucci takes down a man in the corner, turned over in front. Bucci now.
They're going to call Bucci.
They're going to call him for a high stick, I believe. As Coach Bub's furious on the bench.
You can't say I blame him.
I can't either.
I think, with Bucci there, he's arguing that the stick did not come up. In his defense and Bucci's defense here, I think it was more along the shoulder length, and it kind of just rode up as the player kind of got caught onto the stick. But, there's probably 5-6 other calls in that sequence alone that you could have pickpocketed as a possible penalty rather than the one of Bucci. And I understand where the ref's coming from. You see a stick come up, you should probably call it. But, let's go back to the Klim play there, Andrew. That was, I think, a little bit more obvious than the stick play.
Yes, a little bit. As that one's going to be picked off, and here comes Riffner. Riffner trying to get a little bit of a ball-on-line moment as he fights off one, fights off another. He's going to try and loop back, has two on him, still holding the puck. What a man is Ryan Riffner.
Yeah, he's just a single-handed unit that can handle all the pressure. You can put 5, 6, 7 guys on him. He can eat up at least 30 seconds into the corner.
That one's going to be sent around to the near war picked up by D'Agostino. Sent out in front to him, but cleared there by Antonellis. Up to Bosong, and he's going to clear that one out. He's going to race after it, though. Got one to beat. Will not beat him, but will be the first person to the puck after the fact. Kravitz overskates it, unable to get the puck there from the pass from Bosong. Antonellis on one. Pushing in. Shot in front. Saved there by Conley. Bosong going to clear that one as we got two people chasing after Kravitz and Zach Conley.
Smart play with your players changing behind. Kravitz had to put the pressure on to make sure that pass couldn't come up.
Sent up. Altoona once again struggling to maintain any pressure on the power plays. That one's going to go up and out all the way. Kravitz, the first one back. Haplin in the race with him. It looks like Haplin is going to beat him to it.
Kravitz is tired. He's been out here for, I think, the entire penalty kill so far.
I believe so, as he's going to go for a change now. Here comes Altoona pushing in on the power play. In shot deflected away by Shaver. Shaver's going to send that one all the way out and bar on the chase. As another clear by the Colonials, proving this penalty kill is not one to be reckoned with.
No, they've been quick. They've made the right decision, and they've eaten a lot of clock, which is a big thing as well.
Good pick off there by Chris Conley. So he's going to dump that one out to kill the penalty. Bucci coming back on the ice in 2-1 and out.
0 for 2 is Penn State so far tonight.
Picked up by Barr. Barr going to send that one in. As we are going to see.
They call icing here on RMU.
I don't know.
I didn't see a hand go up, but it's going to come all the way down. So I'm going to safely assume icing.
As we get a little bit of a guest next to us, former captain Chris Nemeth has entered the building.
Nemo! Great to see him back here.
Lamaga is going to take the draw after, I believe, the icing, because no change for the Conleys.
Yes.
That one's going to be sent up to Lamago. Lamago now pushing in, going to send that one off to Barr. Barr went for a change, and that one's going to bounce right into the bench as Maraska opens the bench there.
Well, Barr was expecting, and the referee kind of took his lane away.
Maybe.
Barr had to avoid to, not collide with the referee. That's the smart move on Barr's behalf, but the referee just wrong spot, the wrong time.
Unfortunate there. As this puck is going to come down. Are able to get a change with the Colonials. Donley and Lindsay coming on.
That's half a good battle, I would say here.
Yes. Would have been a great chance, but at least you get new fresh guys out there.
Right.
Shaver's going to send that one in. Huge hit there by Lamago, taking out Lindsay, unfortunately. He could have been on a break. And comes right to him as he stands up to Lamago.
Yeah, Lindsay took a second, got shaken up from that.
Lamago Trying to send that one in front, no one there. Lindsay turns that one over behind. Going to be sent across, back into the slot, turned over. Lamago picks it up, sends it off to Donley. Donley back on the ice, good to see that. Donley dangles through one, can't get through a second one. That one's going to be sent in by the Altoona. Conley the first one to it. Full change for Altoona as Lindsay wide open. Conley can't get the pass off, though.
I'd say a smart play from Conley. I don't think there was really a direct lane to get to Lindsay there.
Lindsay, though, still in, going to send that one around. Lempe with it. Lempe going to send that one up. Turned over to Riffner, but a great stick there by, I believe that's number 9, Strang, to stop that chance from Riffner. That one's going to get dumped down. Antonellis picks it up. Goes behind his own net. Going to send that one up. He has Bosong on the stretch, is working perfectly for the Colonials here. Bosong's shot gets tipped and into the ceiling. Unfortunate break is a great chance going 2-on-1.
The deflected field goal is good from Bosong, and it is now 6-1 RMU. Now, I say for Bosong, once again, that stretch pass. Man, it's really providing some great chances for RMU, and it's really catching Penn State off guard. So whatever that intermission speech was, Andrew, that Coach Button gave, I don't know if that was part of it or not, maybe something he saw, but, man, it's working like a charm right now.
Something we've been working on in practice all season, because last year CMU runs that to perfection. We want to know how to defend it and how to run it ourselves. So that's why we're doing a better job at the stretch this year. Good keep there by Kravitz. Going to send that one back in. Barr on the chase. He will be the first one to it. Gets around one, but unable to get around the second one as White picks it back up. That one's going to be sent in by Riffner. Turned over to Barr. Barr to Bosong. Bosong gets one through. Just need to wait a little bit longer. Had him beat if he makes another move.
So close again for Bosong. He could have 5 goals already in this game.
He could. Riffner's going to send that one across. Kravitz's shot. Knuckler just goes wide. Riffner going to fake the slap shot. Going to be spin around, send it across. Kravitz's shot just goes wide again. So many good chances here for the Colonials on this shift.
Almost looking like a power play.
Antonellis loses that one. Tried to go for a big opportunity back to Riffner, but unable to do so. Now Riffner's going to push in himself. Has one to beat. Gets around one shot deflected into the corner. Riffner tries to go back to Kravitz. Will eventually make it back there. Will not make it there the second time. Riffner's going to pick it up this time. Riffner has one on him. Worked on by Fearson. Sent in front to Bosong. Can't bury it. Bosong still with behind the net. Able to get around 1 and 2. And now picked up by Kravitz. Kravitz going to try and send that one across. Unable to do so. Picked up by Jones. Sent across, and now Antonellis is going to go back as the Colonial is going to change after a great shift from that first line.
Yeah, first line, once again, they provide some scoring, and now, putting a lot of pressure on. Nice hit there from Romano. He's been flying around all night with that body.
Huge hit there as he knocks him down from behind. Not a normal hit position, for sure.
Yeah.
As here come Altoona trying to break in. They won't be able to do so. Conley does not get it out. I thought that was out. 2-on-1. Shaver down. Rebound. Save made by Zukowski. What an incredible glove save there with a blocker.
Man, coming across, Zukowski looked down and out of that play. A tremendous job by number 1 in White to stretch across.
One thing I was always taught is if you make the big save, your team will get the big goal to follow. And it looks like the Colonials may be due after that one.
It would be something to see here. Respond that way.
Zeiss Miller picks it up in the corner. Going to send that one down. Romano not able to keep it. Going to try and send that one in front. No one there. Back to the point to Shaver. Shaver winds, fires, blocked in front by number 8, Jones. Picked off by Conley. Conley to Romano. Romano sends it in front. Rebound just goes out of the way. Frizzy did not know where it was, as we're going to possibly get an icing. As turning off is number 17, Heffler. As unfortunate as I don't know why he was complaining. That was an obvious icing.
Yeah, it was pretty clear as day in my book. That was an icing, so I'm not sure. Maybe they were trying to say that Shaver and Bucci held up. I'm not sure, but it didn't look so from our perspective.
It did not look so at all.
At 7:46, Andrew, and I got to say, The big thing as well here is, for those of you new to CHED4, no ice cuts.
No ice
after
cuts in the second and third.
So I think the biggest thing is how you come out of the second period. You know, you have a minute to kind of relax, get yourself back in the game.
As Klim gets absolutely bodied, as he goes for a late whack as he gets hit high, and I would not be surprised as we get a little love action between Conley and Cavato at the blue line.
Yeah, that was, I'm not sure what Klim maybe did there to transpire through that, but
a little bit of a whack after.
Yeah.
I did see the whack, but
very high hit.
Definitely high. As we're going to get a power play. It looks like a power play for the Colonials here.
Klim is just getting escorted to the bench, it looks like.
Yeah, Klim's just going to the bench. Only box that opened was Penn State's bench. Penalty box.
Yes.
So we are going to get a RMU power play.
I got to say, though, if for RMU's power play, you know, the big thing is for them, I think, is mainly just not letting Penn State, you know, get a hold of the puck here and just kind of pressure and put everything on. But, you know, you're supposed to protect your goaltender with retaliation stuff, but you can't go that high.
Definitely a high hit there. Shot in front. Bar's shot just fans wide. That one's going to be sent back down to Riffner. Riffner. As another power play coming up, as Riffner going to regroup to get another one on and let them touch it. What a play. What a smart play by Riffner to let the Altoona player touch it.
And Borsch going through the handshake line as well, getting on the ice for Zukowski.
That was a great play by Riffner.
It was. That's a high hockey IQ play, and that's what you need out of a player like Riffner. As you realize, oh, we can go on 5-on-3. Don't touch it. Let them get it.
Yeah. Riffner goes out of the zone, kind of just sits there then.
Yeah.
Lets the player come get it. I don't know if he didn't know if there was a delayed call or not, but we got a 5-on-3 coming right now.
A lot of time to work with.
A minute 34 on the 5-on-3 shot in front. Tries to go over to Bar. No one there. Back to Antonellis. Antonellis to Riffner. Riffner winds, fires. Shot just goes wide. Picked up by Bar. Bar at the high wall. Bar sends it across to Riffner. Riffner in front. Fans on the shot. Had a beautiful chance there, did Riffner. Going to send that one across to Bosong, and he's going to bury it. Carter Bosong, his second of the season, as Riffner gives us a little swing of the bat.
Second of the game for Mr. Bosong, right in front. I've been talking about a key player all game to keep your eye on. That's 27 in white. Now with a power play goal. Man, right in front, a beautiful feed there by Mr. Riffner.
And that's another two
There's
on the board.
2s and 2s respectively on the board.
Carter Bosong, in front of his friend Lance Axton, is going to get his second of the game, and that will be, if I'm correct, his fourth of the season.
You know, Lance is he's really tuned his own horn over here because, you know, he took our pen and wrote on my paper, the GOAT, next to Carter Bosong, and we were like, I don't know if he's going to do that much. He's like, just wait.
As here comes Lamago, still on the power play, going to try and send that one across. Riffner gets the first assist, going to try and clear it as Altoona. There's no secondary assist on the call. Shaver going to send that one across. Donley's shot right into the bread basket and saved there by Frizzy.
I got to say, for that Army power play, there's not a lot of times you get 5-on-3s. And for you to capitalize that quickly on a 5-on-3, now you've over a minute. And I could have said this last whistle as well. You've over a minute of another power play.
Yes.
And that is just ridiculous to me that, you know, you can put out a 5-man unit like that and be that effective that quickly.
Yes.
Power play.
Power play.
Yeah, you say it right, power play.
As Lamago on the draw, going to try and win that one back to Donley, I presume. Unable to do so, as that's going to clear down the first time the puck has exited the zone, except for when Riffner did it intentionally to get the 5-on-3. Shaver tries to put that one up, trying to moniker that Riff Jr. name. Bucci going to send that one up. No one near him. Tries to hit Lamago. Turned over and sent in by Altoona. Bucci going the wrong way around the net. May lose this draw. Will not. Great speed there by Bucci. Dangles the referee and loses the puck a little bit. Sends that one over to Lamago in his skates. As the second unit has yet to get a little action going on this power play.
And luckily for RMU, it's not going to be, at the moment, costly.
Yes. Lamago gets hit up high as the puck stays near him. as Lamago did not like that hit. Tried to find whoever hit him, but he was long gone.
Yeah, that guy was already at center ice at that point.
Riffner going to send that one up to Donley. Donley, as the penalty expires, power play is over for the Colonials. Lindsay tries to get hit high, picked up there by Donley. That one's going to be sent in as well. I didn't even realize we still got 2 goals or 2 points from people with number 2 in their number.
Yeah,
there was no one that does not have a 2 on the number.
Billy Shaver.
It's only Shaver that needs a point that has a 2 in his number. That's in the lineup. There's
Mr.
a lot
Jimmy
of
Capel.
we need Capel to get in to get an assist.
The 3rd-string goaltender on the bench. He has a 2.
And there's a hit by Antonellis. Might have been a little high. Miles going to send that one up to Donley. The Kiski connection. Sends that one in. Going to turn that over and go to the bench, I presume, is Donley. Turned over. Here comes Riffner. Riffner in. Shot blocked in front. Rebound tried to get there was Lindsay. Unable to get there in time. That one's going to be sent down. Picked off by Riffner again. Gets around 1 and not 2 as here comes Penn State. Great stick there by Miles to lift the stick.
The Kiski boys running wild right now.
A little bit of a preview. We will see them on the next podcast, I
Yes,
believe.
we will.
We will see the Kiski boys as well as 3rd-string goalie Jimmy Capel.
Other group to be determined.
Other group, yes.
To be determined.
Riffner now behind his net. 4 minutes to go in this period. No stretch options for him right now. Lytle, currently the furthest man up, is going to send that one out to Borsch. Borsch pushing in, got his first career goal this game. Shot there, goes off the blocker, and go all the way out. Great clear attempt by Frizzy. Miles going to send that one over. Bucci with it, going to try and send that one across. Borsch hits him, but into the captain's stick instead of Altoona. Picked up by Bucci. Bucci now a little bit of a draw in front of us. Shot just goes wide off the stick of number 4, D'Ostino. And now Borsch going to try and race after to cut the icing down and will get it.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
That dramatic effect there.
Dramatic. Waited until he literally touched the puck to call that. I thought Fierson had him.
I thought they were going to call that clear as day on icing. And I think Penn State's bench is not too thrilled about that call.
Shaver going to send that one around. Borsch to pick it up. Playing with it. Tries to go for Miles just off his stick. And this will probably be an icing unless Lytle can win the race. No, number 7. Lempe went a little too fast on that one.
Oh, my Lord.
They want the icing call, but they're not going to get it. Bucci now lays the body, just pushing him off this puck enough, and Jones falls to his feet. Sent that one around. Cavato swings at it, swings out of midair. That's a single in my book.
There's a lot of home runs happening in this game. Singles, doubles, flyouts. I mean, you name it, we got it.
A lot of swing in the puck. Shaver going to send that one out to Borsch. Hits a stanchion and goes a complete 90-degree direction the different way.
I think my head just did like an owl turn trying to figure out where that puck went.
That one's going to be sent up, and here's Zeiss Miller on a breakaway shot, and he scores! The point streak continues. Elijah Zeiss Miller, and if I'm not incorrect, that's Billy Shaver on the assist.
Well, for right now, we're going to give him the assist, aren't we?
Until we get confirmation, I believe that was a nice pass from Billy Shaver, and all the 2s will have points.
Well, and a little bit of defeat here. Elijah Zeiss Miller does not have a 2.
He does not have a 2, but the
Game
point streak
over.
goes to 4 for Elijah Zeiss Miller. 4 straight games of the point for Zeiss Miller, and he's turned it up since coming down to D4.
Man, he really has. And, breakaway, he had a lot of time, and looks like the other goaltender might be getting loose for Penn State here. I'm looking over to the right here, and Rowan McCormick is getting loosened up.
The goalie we were supposed to see, according to the sheet.
CHE.
Conley going to send that one up to Zeiss Miller. Zeiss Miller now bounces that one up to Romano, and just out of reach of Romano. Could have had another great opportunity with this third line. Penn State fans on the shot. 3 men on him. Rebound goes right to him. Did not see it. As Conley lays a huge hit. The other Conley going to try and pick it up behind the net. And he will lay a huge hit himself. Both Conleys getting a little action here. As the official goal will read Elijah Zeiss Miller from Billy Shaver. As like I said, every 2 has a point.
Yay.
Except for Jimmy Capel.
And maybe Nick Peltz.
And maybe Nick Peltz.
And Owen McFarland.
McFarland. But none of them are dressed.
Angeline Dress.
And Zach Cage sometimes.
And Jake no, never mind. This one too. Yeah, he was just standing next to me. I just want to give him credit. Love you, Jake Kaczynski.
As we get ready, 1:30 to go. As Frizzy looks a little calm back there for giving up 5 goals.
Well, I think he knows in the minute 37 he's out of the crease.
I think he does too, so maybe he helps the Colonials out a little bit and gives them a sixth. That one's going to be sent in on net, saved there by Frizzy. As Conley pushing in, tries to go for a little snow job, but holds up and skates around him.
A little bit of a ground out play there from Mr. Conley right to Frizzy, and that'll be thrown to first from the shortstop, and that'll be the first down.
What's with all the baseball references? I started this. It's not even baseball season.
Yeah, why did you start this?
I don't know.
You started, I must continue.
I saw Rifter go for the full home run swing after he set up that pass for both songs.
Put the icing on the McFlurry, baby.
As here comes Altoona pushing in, 1:20 to go, trying to change the momentum in this second period, start the momentum for themselves. Chris Conley and Cavato coming together. As here comes Zeiss Miller now. He's pushing up. He's got space along the far board, sends that one across, tries to get one in front for Chris Conley, unable to get there. In front for Romano. Romano tries to get in front. No one there. Is a huge hit there by Chris Conley. It's not the size of the fight. It's not the size of the dog. It's the size of the fight in the dog.
And that dog is pretty dang small height-wise, but man, oh man, can he throw his body around.
Now Chris Conley has Bosong if he wants to hit him, and he's going to try to, but into the skates and into the corner. As maybe we look for a little bit of a trick here for Bosong. Not saying what type of trick. Maybe a little tricksy boost.
Gordie Howe hat trick.
Yes. That one's going to be sent in. Altoona trying to regroup. Maybe they're just trying to end this period and get a little breather before they start again. That one's going to be picked up by Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer pushing in on Zukowski off the crossbar and into the netting. Niedermeyer, I don't know if you saw that hit the net because he was going in full speed for that one.
Man, Declan Niedermeyer, I got to say, he's been that one Penn State player that's really stood out to me this entire game. And that shot, beautiful. But just that crossbar, there I got right there and right into the net behind us here for the last 20.6. I know it's just like a joking factor that I see a lot of Scott Niedermeyer in him, but I really do.
As we hit 20 seconds to go, we wait for Cavato to get off the ice before dropping the puck. Antonellis will send that one around. Bosong, the first one to it, will not get there, but it will go out of the zone. Anyway, we hit 14 seconds to go. And here come Barr with just a little bit of time left. 10 seconds to go. Fires. It just goes wide. Rebound picked up by Barr. He's going to try and wrap that one around. Unable to do so. Antonellis tries to go as well, as that one's going to be the it for the second period. Just a quick little recap. Go ahead.
Quick little recap. So, what do we got? Bosong power play, and then a goal there from Mr. Elijah Zeiss Miller on the breakaway. And that's how we got to 5-1.
As we're going to take a quick 2-minute intermission, maybe a little even shorter.
Maybe.
We'll see you in about 2 minutes. Welcome back for period number 3. Just quick intermission as Caden's got a little taller here. As we have former
and a little
captain,
more handsome.
former D4 captain, graduated out, Chris Nemeth here.
What's up, guys?
Welcome back to the island.
Feels good to be back.
This is your
weird
second game in attendance, I believe.
No, it's my first.
First game in attendance. You were here for a practice.
Yeah, I was here for a practice. Whatever, like 2-3 weeks ago.
Yes. You.
I haven't seen us play since our championship game.
And
so.
a little bit of a good one to come back to is we're up 5-1 here in the third period.
That's pretty good.
One thing to note, Penn State Altoona with a goalie change in the net will be Rowan McCormick now. Frizzy out of the net as we get ready. You've only seen 10 minutes of this period, of the second period. How do you think the boys have looked so far?
They look a lot faster than last year. A lot of new young talent, it looks like. Some D3 kids got brought down, which isn't a bad thing for them because
it's more ice time.
It's more ice time, and I would say that it's just as competitive now, looking at him the past 10 minutes. I'd say Zook is playing good. I mean, he hasn't seen many shots in the past 10 minutes because I feel like we've been very offensive. But I like the D. We got a big D, man. What's 23, right, is the new guy?
23 is Shaver. 17, Cavato, also a freshman.
Yeah.
Both couple big bodies that can lay some big hits.
Big guys.
Almost an entirely new D-core than when you were here.
Weird. Ant-Man and
Riff
are the only ones.
Only ones in the lineup tonight that were here last year. Pager and Wolfie will be seen tomorrow in action against Duquesne.
I was going to say Duquesne, right? You're here.
Yes, we will be on Clearview tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Same time, 9 o'clock.
The big rink. Big boy rink.
Big boy rink.
Love that.
Going against the D3 Duquesne Dukes. Should be an interesting one for sure.
What is that going to look like? What does that entail, do you think?
I think it'll be a close one.
Good.
They played the CMU not too long ago, and they won 10-2 to the Duquesne Dukes.
All right. Wait, CMU won?
No, Duquesne
I was
won.
going to say that. That's a switcheroo.
Yes. As
Well, I mean, that's good because you got what? You guys won 10-2?
10-1 against Cal.
Oh, Cal. That's it. Yeah.
Yes.
I saw that one on Zook's Instagram. I had my hands up on my head. Like, what? No, it's good, though.
Yes, as you've graduated out. Are you still playing? Or
Yeah.
are you retired?
I'm all dried up in geezer leagues now. I'm all dried up. I'm a scratch or a sub in, and they have played me one time. So I'm hoping to see a little bit more ice time. But next year I'll get on a solidified one for sure.
As Riffner cutting in.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
save there by McCormick. Riffner has shown a lot of action,
yeah.
a lot of fury
Some nice
there.
aggression there.
A lot of aggression there.
Great job, Great job.
Battling all 5 Altoona players
Stuff.
in front of the crease, including the goalie even.
Man. Makes you miss it.
It does.
That's crazy.
You miss the
man.
action.
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird seeing them.
A little different than beer league, I say.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit. A lot faster. I went on the ice the one time. It was the first time I've been on the ice since our championship game. And we had like 2 lines on both ends. And I was gassed. I was like, yeah, I'm still 22. I'm fine. I got this. Nope. I was gassed.
Good clear though by Connolly. Romano in the back, unable to get there. And so you've seen 10 minutes and you've seen 1 practice.
Big hit.
Big hit. You think how do you see the Colonials finishing up 5-1 to start the season?
I think they're definitely on track for a 2-peat. I'd say. I mean, I think they play from the 10 minutes like we've been saying.
Yes.
Oh, that's bad. For the 10 minutes like we've been saying, I'd say that they look a lot faster and they look a lot more confident this year too. Because I feel like we have a lot more like upperclassmen kind of, more leadership.
Yes.
So I feel like there's a lot more pizzazz.
Yeah.
Maybe a lot more confidence, I'd say. A lot more speed, too.
Yes, and the freshmen have not shied away either because if you look at our stat sheet, 2nd and 3rd in points are freshmen.
Yeah. Well, so it was Riff and I was talking to Peltz about it. It was Riff and then who was the other freshman that has?
John Wayne Kravitz sitting at 11 points,
Yeah,
followed by Alex Donnelly with 7.
Tell you
Unfortunate for Crawford Bosak out of the lineup
I
tonight.
heard. Not good. Not good, Ole.
Borsch sends that one in. Good save there by McCormick.
Yeah, he'll be back soon, though. I heard he needs to work on his leadership skills. I'm calling you out, Croft.
Needs to work on the speeches.
He needs to work on the Nemo speeches. That's what Bub says.
Shaver going to send that one up to Miles, another freshman, trying to get through, unable to do so. As we've seen scoring by 3 of the 4 lines tonight, which is something. I mean,
Carter's been picking them.
Carter's been incredible. As last year, we got a lot of depth scoring, but definitely not as much as this year. The depth scoring has been incredible this year. Last year was a lot of Bosak on the score sheet.
Yeah, though that's what me and Peltz are talking about off camera. It looks like you guys just have a bunch of depth. It's not like you have like 1 and then 3 other lines. You know.
Yeah.
You have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it looked. I was trying to figure out what he was running. If he was running like a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, or I don't know. But it seems like everybody's getting. I mean, I would imagine the same amount of ice time in a 5-1 game.
I believe so.
Which is good.
I do. If I have been looking correctly, I think he's running 1, 3, 4, 2.
Okay.
The 4th line was coming after this first line. So.
Interesting.
We got the first line back out here with Bosong, Barr, and Kravitz. It's been great to having you on. It's been a while. Good to catch up with the old Colonials here.
I'll let you guys get back to it. I don't want to stay on too long, but I appreciate you having me on.
Of course.
It's good to be back for a little bit.
It's good to be back, of course.
We'll see you around.
See you around. As we transition back, letting Caden back on with that icing there. As a good little interview there as we wait for it to come back. As Caden comes back on the mic, how'd you like the first couple minutes of this 3rd period?
Man, I was sleeping. I'm tired. No, I honestly think it's a solid start to the period here for the boys. They've looked well. I think they've come out with the head of steam that they needed to for this 3rd period.
As Cavato behind the net. Always good to catch up with an old captain.
Miss Nemo so much. What
Missed
a guy.
him. Called out Bosak for not having some good speeches, but
that's fair.
Need to do better at that captaincy speech.
Nemo will teach him.
Yeah. As here comes Penn State. They're going to push back in. This is D'Agostino. Going to turn that one over. In front shot. Glove save there by Zukowski. Starting the highlight reel. Continuing the highlight reel. For sure.
Should I name drop? Should I name drop her?
No. No. I don't think you name drop.
All
Let's
right.
respect some privacy here.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
I think we respect some privacy here.
The Zukowski girlfriend will be very pleased.
Yes.
With that one.
As a defensive draw again, is Penn State has kind of looked better this period. Kind of regained their momentum after McCormick took over.
It has been, and it hasn't been a ton of shots McCormick's way. But, look at Lindsay here.
Lindsay barely losing the icing race. As unfortunate there as Lindsay put in a lot of steam on that one.
You know what's kind of funny here, Andrew? I think that Lindsay play was more of a clear-cut no icing than the Lytle play in the second period.
I don't know.
I don't know. Some of these icings are just that one I would call. Let's be fair. I would call it.
Oh, yes.
I'm calling that an icing. I'm calling the Lytle one an icing. I'm calling the one before that an icing.
Yeah.
So it's just how they call it is kind of baffling me, honestly, of what really is an icing to them.
Riffner going to send that one up the far boards. Big hit there by Lamago. Going to poke that one free. Riffner, no one touching him as here comes Lindsay. 15 minutes to go in the game. Up 5-1 are the Colonials. Lindsay going to try and send that one in. Blocked away. Set behind the net. Now up the close boards. Bounces over the head of Riffner, and here comes Niedermeyer. He's got just Antonellis to beat, and he shoots it way wide as Lindsay's going to be the first one to get that along the RMU bench.
Niedermeyer. Oh, go in the penalty box.
Lamago pokes that one into the penalty box over the glass.
Nice little play there. I think for Penn State, they've settled too much. I know it's a 4-goal deficit at this point, but there doesn't seem a lot of fight left in this dog right now.
It doesn't.
For the Penn State team. And it's a very comebackable game, I would say.
I believe so. Unless you're facing a Zukowski that's standing on his head.
Yes.
As here comes Altoona. There's a big hit there by Zeiss Miller. Almost takes out himself more than he takes out the Altoona player. Someone's going to be sent in front. Now sent behind as a penalty coming up. It will be on the Colonials. There's maybe a little bit of a makeup. And then taken down is Bucci. Or Bucci takes down another man. As we're going to get a Altoona power play with 14:39 to go in the third period.
Third power play attempt here for Penn State Altoona. The guilty party will be Dominic Bucci.
Will be Bucci.
He does lead the team in penalty minutes.
Now adding more to that total.
What's that, 16?
Yes, 16 minutes now for Dom Bucci, as he got 12 in one penalty for something that I don't even think we knew what happened.
Vastly impressive, though, so to get 12 in one play.
Yes, a 10-minute major and just a 2. As Riffner tried to push that one up, he tried to go for a shorty. He leads the team in 2-minute categories. He wants another one. He wants to lead shorthanded goal.
Mitch Klim, I believe, holds that record, and I believe he wants to.
It is a tie between Klim and Conley. Chris Conley. They both have one this season. As back out of the zone, as Klim's going to push that one out. Getting a little bit of kerfuffle with Dewey. Sending it in is Karcher. Picked up by Antonellis. Going to try and clear it. Unable to do so as Altoona now has it. Has a guy open in the slot. Not going to go there. Great stick there by Zukowski. That one gets punched out. Sent in. Riffner, the first one to the point. That's what he says. He's not a defenseman. He just plays wherever he wants to go. And now Mitch has one. And he's got Riffner. Riffner's got one to beat. Going to try and walk around him. Just knocked off the puck with Riffner. He had a beautiful chance.
He did. I think he's trying to hold up, make it a little more of that fancy move that Mr. Riffner likes to do. It's at that point of the game. You can try to do that, and it's not going to cost you too badly, at least.
Travis takes down a man in front. Or not in front. At the blue line, my mistake.
Point.
Is now Antonellis. Thought he had it covered, and now Riffner going to send that one down. McCormick now.
Are they only going to take Antonellis here? If they only take Antonellis, that is going to baffle me.
They do.
That is baffling to me.
Because we're going to get a 5-on-3, but Altoona not smart enough to kill it off as quickly as possible, as they're going to get 25 seconds of 5-on-3 here. Zukowski's got to do his work here.
He does, and Antonellis with the other little extra shove, but before that I didn't catch the number of who it might have been, but there is an extra, I think, 2 whacks to Antonellis as he was taken down. So that was one where you definitely, I think, got to take both.
I believe so. It was definitely one that you got to take them both.
Yeah.
I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw enough.
It was he was on the ice. He got up, a little shove to the back, tried to get up again, a little stick in, then Antonellis said, you know what? Bang! Cross check.
As Colonial's going to run with 2 forwards, as Bucci is the next one out of the box in 20 seconds. So that way they'll have 2 forwards and 2 defensemen, as opposed to 3 defensemen on the ice.
Smart.
Slashing will be the call. 10 seconds to go on the first penalty. As skating around is the Altoona player, turned over to Kravitz, and he's just going to dump it down. Great pass interception there by Kravitz as Bucci is set free.
Very smart play there from the Colonials.
This one's going to be sent in. Bucci, fresh out the box, going to pick that one up, go behind his net, try and clear it, but not able to do so. Never mind. Great play there by Conley. Bounces off the stick of the Altoona player. Believe that's Jones. And Conley able to rush there to get that one out.
Almost putting a turnover. That kind of looked like an errant pass almost. And look at that. Right back turnover.
Turned over yet again, though, by Jones. He's able to get a hand on that one. As here comes the assistant captain, White. Or Witt.
Witt, yes. I think Witt.
Witt going to try and send that one up just out of the reach of the person he was looking for, helping. Romano pushes him off his stick a little bit. Bucci now sends it behind. Shot there. Rebound in front. Save made by Zukowski. Great job getting across. Another great save by Zukowski. He's played incredible today.
He really has. There's another shot that was blocked away. But for Zukowski, I think the more shots you face sometimes, it might ease your nerves a little because it really doesn't come in the spurts. It's been
Romano
like a shot
with a race here. Romano loses the race, but still able to put enough pressure on to cause a turnover to Chris Conley. He's going to send that one back to Romano. He's going to dump it in and get a change, as this is going to possibly kill this penalty kill to Antonellis.
And that's going to be really quick here.
4 seconds to go. Pushing up quickly is Dewey. He's going to send that one in. A great save there. Last shot there on Zukowski. Shaver defending one. Tries to send that one in front. Blocked by Shaver. Tries to send it up to Lytle. Will not get there as Lytle. In front. Shot just goes wide. Tries to go back to the point. Borsch on the pressure. Altoona with a lot of pressure here. Good stick lift there by Borsch. As here comes the 4th line. It's Borsch. He has Riffner, though. Not an expected one that you'll see coming in. A shot there by McCormick. Rebound. Save and taken down is Borsch. No call. Turned over to Riffner, though, and he's going to go to Borsch again. Riffner had the goalie unknowing that he even has a puck.
There's a lot happening here. Now Lytle in a little bit of a jousting match with Diaguano. Riffner was in the net there for a moment. Got a couple extra shoves with Borsch as well in there. All 3 of them really beaten up on that play.
I don't know why there was no call there.
This is another thing that's, I understand it's 5-1. I understand that part, but
if you don't call things, people are going to get hurt.
That's, I think, the biggest problem with it right now. I mean, you're going to keep letting this escalate to a point where, a Bucci-type penalty of a 10-minute misconduct or a 5-minute major, however you want to, describe it, is going to happen. It's going to happen.
Cavato with a great keep there, sends that one in. Borsch on the chase. Miles with it. He has the man at the point, and Conley doesn't go there. Pass there by Miles. Rebound in front. A little bit of a jam in front. Now going to be sent up the wall. Number 5, Motts. Motts pushing in. Goes for the clear. Conley lays the shoulder, not letting himself get knocked down.
That penalty coming up.
I do believe it will be on Penn State, as they will finally get another penalty.
I think Borsch was the one to draw, and he's looking very into some discomfort on the bench there.
Was not, fully recovered. He had, he's wearing a brace on the shoulder after the injury. So that's definitely something to look out for. You don't want him going back on IR.
Yeah, definitely don't. I mean, you already have Bosak out. You cannot lose another forward of his caliber on this team.
That definitely is. We get this power play back in action. We see the Bosong step on. I'm sure they're going to be trying feeding him in this power play.
It'd be really something to see here if he can complete the milestone that we will not mention.
Yes. He will join an elite crew, I believe, 3 people in D4 history. Antonellis pushing in. Antonellis takes him down, bodying one, trying to get the puck out from under him as he gets wrestled down to the ice.
A little bit like a Juju on perfect action.
Bosong tries to hit Barr, only able to get the pass fully across. Barr going to send that one behind. Antonellis the first one to it. Back to the point to Riffner. Riffner winds, waits. Back to Antonellis. Antonellis in front for Bosong. Tips that one on net. They were looking for it, and the tip drill almost paid the dividends.
Beautiful deflection by Bosong. Even better by Riffner and Antonellis controlling that point. But, man, Bosong's hungry. He's hungry for this.
I think he wants the milestone we shall not name that only 3 players in D4 history have gotten. RMU D4 history, I should say.
They're really something.
Barr going to try and win that draw. Will win it back to Riffner. Riffner's going to push down below the slot. Tries to get the Kravitz, unable to get there. Gets there on the rebound. Bosong sends it on net, hits the side of the net. Bosong fighting off one. Great power by Bosong in his legs to keep himself upright. Zukowski going to send that one all the way up to Riffner. Riffner over to Barr. Barr tries to hit Bosong. Bosong gets around 1, around 2, gets taken down, no call. Center round, Riffner going to try and keep that one in. He will. Riffner tries to hit Bosong, and he will, and just going in, and he scores! Carter Bosong, the hat trick. We can finally say it. Carter Bosong has a hat trick, as there is a hat on the ice.
Up 2.
2 hats on the ice for Carter Bosong. And he joins the list. It will be Ryan Riffner, Eli Whelan, Crawford Bosak, and now it is Carter Bosong. As it was Crawford Bosak that threw a hat on the ice.
Of course it was Crawford Bosak. Why wouldn't it be Crawford Bosak? For Bosong, congrats to him. A wonderful accomplishment to get the hat trick here on the power play. And man, oh man, what a game for 27 White.
What a game. You said it from the beginning that he would have a big game. You know who said it from even more early? Mr. Lance Axton. We got to give him his dues for that one.
He is going to give it to us off the air here. He's like, I told you guys, I told you this was got to happen.
Riffner will get the assist, and the only assist.
More 2s.
More 2s. Only one person that doesn't have a 2 on the score sheet.
Thanks, Elijah.
As Lamago pushing in. Going to send that one on net. Not unable to get his own rebound. 7 minutes to go in this third period. 6-1 the score. Conley now going to flip that one up in the air. He's going to chase after it. He will get there. He's looking for his first point of the season. He gets taken down. No call. As Altoona trying to push in. Picked up now by Lamago. He's going to send back. Go back to Shaver. Shaver going to try for the stretch pass to Lindsay. He'll hit him. Has Donley with him. He's going to take a shot save there by McCormick.
Good shot there by 16 Lindsay. Really starting to find himself now.
Lindsay sends that one back to the point to Shaver. Shaver's shot through traffic. Good save there by McCormick.
I'm not mistaken, Shaver does not have a goal?
I do believe so.
He does have a goal?
He does not.
Oh, he does not.
I believe you're correct.
Ooh.
As looks like number 10, Fabrinkat, a little upset with Lamago as Lamago laughs him off as he skates away.
Fabrinkat has been involved in a lot, and he's been one of those players that has been trying to enlighten his team and get his team going, but it just hasn't gone their way. But Fabrinkat, you got to give a lot of credit. He's trying. Romano,
good job taking down Jones, knocks him off his feet. So here comes Chris Conley behind the net. Both Conleys on the ice at the same time. How great. And Donnelly's on the ice.
Conley.
That's that one in front. Good play by Romano to keep it out of the off the stick of the Altoona player to stop it from being 6-2. Here comes Chris Conley. He has his brother with him. Not often you see that, especially with one being a defenseman.
Why would you pass to your brother? You don't do that.
You don't do that at all.
No.
You don't want your brother getting points. You don't want to pass him in points.
You're going to be the one that takes all the points for themselves. Why not?
We hit 6 minutes left in this game. It's been really not all Colonials, not Colonials either. It's been a very split game based on possession, but
Yes.
the Colonials have had the better possession.
More
Obviously.
chances and just better chances, really.
Romano takes a tumble in front of us. Stays up, gets up on his own. Here comes Altoona. They're trying to they need 5 goals in 6 minutes. It's not impossible, but it's unlikely as we draw down the minutes. Chris Conley pushing in. We'll get past one. Cavato now has it. He's going to send that one in deep. As here is Penn State. Going to send that one across to Elijah Zeissmiller, and he just barely isn't able to keep it in.
Yeah, good deflection though at minimum there. So at least you're at least getting a stick on that one.
That one's going to be sent across, picked up by Klim now. He's going to intercept that pass from Altoona. As here comes Antonellis, tries to push through, unable to do so, tipped in by Klim. As Antonellis got taken down by 2 people in front. Lido's going to send that one back in. Klim has it. The Marchand in him.
Money, Marshall.
As Lido can't get through player in front. Cavato went for the huge hit, unable to knock him off his feet. But it's still a big hit there by Cavato. Haven't seen a lot of him with those big hits. It's what he's been known for in the past games.
I guess for tonight, it's better to not call his name as much for maybe plays that, against them. So maybe the less you call a defenseman's name sometimes is for the better.
Sometimes, unless you're Ryan Riffner.
Yes, if you don't hear his name, something's wrong.
Yeah.
But for like a guy like Cavato or Zach Conley, you don't want to hear his name. As much as maybe if you are a kid, like the parents of a Conley or Cavato, maybe for the better sometimes not to hear your kid's name.
Yeah, because
I mean they're playing really freaking well.
And that just means the whole team is playing well because you're not getting back to the defenseman a lot.
Exactly.
Someone's going to sit back to the point. Lido with a good job pushing that one off sides. Zach Conley behind. Sends that one up to Klim. Klim pushes that one to Miles. Miles pushing in. Miles is in. Shot into the netting. As doing the math, Riffner
You know I'm not good at math.
is up to 15 points on the season in his 6th game as Klim comes to give his old buddy Nemo a hug in the corner. 15 points in 6 games for Riffner.
Man,
That is incredible.
guess what? That's over 2 points per game.
Over 2 points a game.
It's nuts for a defenseman, man.
Miles does good on the face-off, does good again, wins that one to Klim. That one's going to be sent in. Riffner's shot saved there by McCormick. McCormick currently, even though he only has 1 goal against, is going to rock a 3 if this game ends right now. 3 goals against on the night, which is unfortunate, but
Still dang good.
yeah, still really good. As I believe Frizzy will rock
All right, come on, math skills, come on.
a 7.5
For the game?
for the game. 5 goals in two periods.
2.5.
Times 3.
2.5 times 3, yeah,
7. 7.5 for Frizzy on the night. Will not get any bigger unless he comes into the net.
No, absolutely not. And of course, we're not mathematists. We're not greatest at math, so take that all with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But I think we're right.
I think we are as well.
7.5.
4:14 to go in the 3rd period as we're dwindling down. One thing I hope I get to say is there's one stat I hope I get to say, but can't say it yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm excited to hear the stat that one comes. If it comes to fruition here.
If. This is a big, very big if.
Very big if. Will you explain it if after the game at least?
I'll explain it to you.
Off air?
Yes.
Okay.
Offside are Altoona as they're trying to cut this lead down, or do you think at this point they're just like, we got to get out of here?
I think it got to be the point of Penn State Altoona. I mean, if you'd like to, RMU D4 is not done after tonight, so they got another key contest coming up tomorrow.
We have 3 more games before break.
Yeah, and you guys, of course, you played a D2 team earlier in the season, split with them, and now is your chance to take it on a D3 team. Duquesne
Yes.
comes to town tomorrow.
Taking on Duquesne tomorrow, a D3 team coming off a not great, spurt.
Yeah, D3 play at least.
They're playing tonight. Kent State they're playing.
Yes, I will take a look here.
All right, this will help me as we figure out their record going into this game tomorrow.
It's not a lot.
Last I heard, it was 4-8 was their record. They were 4-8 was Duquesne. But for Altoona, it's almost like they want. Do they just pack it in and give up the 2 points and come back stronger next week? Because they will be played again, and another shot there by Kravitz. Great save by McCormick. As Penn State Altoona will be back here next week.
Yes.
To play again.
Be a lot of bad blood. Is now Kravitz getting involved there with who else? Number 10, Jake Fabrinkett.
As he's going to be on the watch list, I believe, for next week. Someone to take an eye on.
I could not find an update on how Kent State and Duquesne are doing, but RMU D1 is down 2-0 to University of New York at their 2 periods of play.
As Kravitz went for a big hit there on Haplin. Unable to do so as he's going to walk most of the team. Shaver doing a good job of keeping him from the net. Behind the net in front goes for Haplin again. Puck is loose, and it will be covered by Zukowski. I don't think anyone but Zukowski knew where the puck was.
For the goaltender perspective, yeah, you better know where that puck is. For Zukowski, nice job there, just kind of clamping down to get the save there. But I'll keep looking to maybe see if Kent State usually posts updates. They did not tonight, which is boo to them. But we'll see. Hopefully, I'm assuming Kent State's a very good D3 club. Duquesne, middle of the pack, so we'll see.
Could be an upset watch.
Could be.
As the Colonials here with 2.5 to go, just about. There's a high hit there as number 13, Windecker, went in high on Antonellis and then landed his stick. Almost looked like he went on his head. Not something you want. Antonellis looks perfectly fine, so didn't look like it hurt him too much. Offsides are the Nittany Lions, the Altoona Nittany Lions. Sent over to Witt. Witt moving in. Pass in front, saved there by Zukowski. Sent back on net by Conley. Will that count as 2 shots? I don't know.
I'll give him 2. Let's give him 2 on that one. I checked again just to make sure if there's maybe a live stream. No. The one game Kent State doesn't have a live stream for their game. It's this one. Come on, Kent.
Could the game have been canceled?
No, it's going on.
It's going on?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it said in the bottom of their little program preview. It said no stream available.
Oh.
I was like, man.
Unfortunate. Maybe their D1 team is playing.
They are.
Oh, well, that's probably why.
Oh, Duquesne's is not Kent State, sorry.
Oh, I meant Kent State.
Oh, I have no idea. I didn't check that one.
Shot deflected, blocked in front by number 17, Heffler. As he blocks his own man's shot. Kept in just at the line. There. As a fight at the blue line. How do the refs know if it's going in or out yet? As Romano getting in a little fight with who else but Fabrinkat.
The puck just caught underneath. They got to blow it dead. Oh, no, okay.
As here comes Chris Conley as he's going to be bowled over, and that's going to be a penalty for Fabrinkat.
Will it be for Brinkat? Or is it
for
going to be
interference?
Heffler? It's for Brinkat.
No, it's for Brinkat. As he's going to be done for the night unless the Colonials score in this power play.
I gotta say, for Brinkat at this point in the time of the game is trying, I think, more to do body work than anything else. And
almost good for the Colonials that he's going to be in the box.
It's good for the Colonials. If you're for Penn State, maybe you need that. You need a guy with some fight. And unfortunately, you got to take a seat in the box. But, to have a guy with that kind of fight till the very end, you can't blame him for it.
Can't at all. That's the Colonials looking for this draw. Looking to maybe add a little more after the Fabrinkat penalty. Zeiss Miller going to be the one in. As we get a little bit of a mixed match line here with Zeiss Miller, Lamago, and Lindsay. Normally you see Donley on the second line. That could either be something good for Zeiss Miller or something bad for Donley.
Yeah, I remember he did get shaken up earlier, so maybe it's just precautionary to take Donley out of this game.
Possibly, as Lamago tried to go in. Conley will go in. That's picked up by the captain, number 20, Fearson. As he's going to try and push up, maybe try and cut this lead, get the final goal of this game on the penalty kill. Shot there, save made by Zukowski, and he will cover with 1:05 to go in this game. As this game is pretty much over. We don't want to say too much, but I got my trust in Zukowski that he's not going to give up 5 goals in 1:05. But how do you think the Colonials got away with this?
Simple. Speed and physicality. I think that's the main two stays, and that's what I feel like you guys have preached yourself on throughout the whole season. You got to be fast. You got to make sure you got to lay your body. So you got to make good contact. You want to drive the opponent in the ground. Oh, nice wrister there.
As there's a goal there for number 17, Evelyn Heffler, as that will be a shorthanded. Zukowski could not see, as you saw him kind of giving it to Cavato in front because he could not see that shot at all.
I don't know if that was Heffler. I'm not sure who got it. Was it? Maybe it was Dylan Lemp.
Maybe. There is not a 17 on the ice, and I saw a 17.
There's a 16 and a 7. So pick your poison.
Borsch going to send that one into the stands. 49 seconds to go. As right as I say, I have trust in Zukowski. One squeaks by him, but I still have enough trust in Zukowski that 4 more.
Oh. So Jagger White got the goal, and then Dylan Lempe on the assist.
So I was completely wrong.
Yeah, you're way off, Andrew. I was more watching Zukowski.
Cavato going to try and send that one across to Shaver. Won't get across. Shaver going to send that one across to Klim. Klim to Cavato. Cavato pushing in. He's going to shoot that one, just goes wide. Shaver the first one to it. Going to try and send that one in, but will not do so. 28 to go, as that one's going to be sent all the way down to Zukowski.
Take it rink to rink, Zukowski.
And here comes Cavato. Cavato going to try and send it off to Shaver. Bounces over the skate, had him beaten, but gave up on the play because he thought the pass was going to be intercepted. One's going to be sent around, picked up by Borsch. Borsch going to send that one back to Klim. Klim's shot deflected in front. Going to try for another one. Won't be able to do so. 5 seconds. 3-2. And that will do it as the RMU Colonials are going to win this game 6-2 over the Penn State University of Altoona. Nittany Lions by a score of 6-2.
Took you a bit there.
Took me a minute
to finish that.
We get all the long names here at D4 Hockey. Penn West California University of Pennsylvania.
Vulcans.
And Penn State University of Altoona. Nittany Lions.
I think in the end here for Penn State, Altoona, big thing here is you now seen the Colonials, and for the Colonials you've now seen Penn State Altoona. Of course, Penn State Altoona absolutely creamed Cal U. RMU has creamed Cal U. Maybe this matchup will be one that we see further on, and maybe it's a little bit closer.
Maybe.
It may not.
It may get closer, it may get further apart.
You don't know. It's going to be hard to see with this team. I think the biggest test is next week when Penn State Altoona returns to the Olympic Arena to face these D4 Colonials. And I think that's really going to set the tone on how these two teams handle each other the rest of the way forward.
I believe so. It'll definitely be a test of how this season and the postseason potentially could go. And the Colonials are going to increase their record to a score of 6-1, as the Penn State Altoona will drop to a record of 4-2 as they lose to the Colonials here. And a great time here at this game.
It really has been. And Andrew, usually I'm the one asking you, so I'm going to continue this trend that we usually do. 3 stars of the game.
3 stars of the game. This is going to be a tough one because you got a lot of deserving. For my 3rd star, I'm going to go with Ryan Riffner.
Okay.
2 assists on the night, increased to 15 points on the season, an unheard of total in the amount of games he's played. 2nd star, I'm going to go Luke Zukowski. Played great. Unfortunate on that last one, just squeaking by. He's not going to like that one because it'll keep his GAA at exactly a 2.
Yeah,
would have liked to down that one a little bit, but it'll stay exactly a 2, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so.
And number 1 was anyone else. It's Carter Bosong. Hat trick on the night. First career hat trick. You'll love to see it. And that's it for tonight.
Yeah, we got some more hockey action, as we mentioned. I'll be on the call tomorrow with a color commentary to be determined.
Yeah.
Maybe Connor Borsch.
Maybe Connor Borsch.
Yeah, after his first goal as well.
Yes.
Honorary mention for a star there. But D4 takes on D3 Duquesne tomorrow at 9 o'clock. But before then, we got some NCRBVA club basketball up at the campus. Records RMU's undefeated basketball squad continues to try to, stay undefeated.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a fun one. That's at a 1 o'clock tip-off. So a lot of action coming Saturday for collegiate club sports, and then a podcast thrown in there, and then on to the next weekend where D1 comes home, D2 has a home game, D2 also plays tomorrow against Slip, so, man, there's a lot going on.
A lot of hockey.
Got to squeeze it all in before Christmas break. Squeeze it in before Christmas break.
Yeah.
Tonight, 6-2 victory for the good guys.
Yes, 6-2 victory for the good guys. Here from the Olympic Ice, Caden McCrory, Andrew Keel. This has been all from the Olympic Ice, and we will see you tomorrow for basketball.